What's going on, guys? What is that? What is it? Early 2000s? Early 2000 YouTuber vibe? What's up, everybody? COD. DrunklockHolmes here, doing things. You know how it goes. And if you don't, that's fine. I don't either. I figured there'd be something like more interesting to do. Maybe comment on something. I don't know. And you want to know where I arrived? A vlog. But it's going to be small, snippety. Nothing too fancy. Kind of off the cuff, but, you know, I have a goal in mind. At the very least, right now, this week has been interesting for VRChat. We've had nameplates added. Nameplate customization. A lot of people hated that. I don't know why. A lot of people disliked it. A lot of people didn't want it. And I think it's a vocal minority, if I'm being honest, because simply walking around a public instance for 5 seconds, you could see everybody doing it. They gave like 4 free ones out. Like there's the beta ones, which I've got, the reference cube ones, which is becoming a great little meme all on its own. But for the most part, everyone's using the free ones. And they're pretty decent quality too. I like them. Apparently there is a whole subsection though of people that think that they're nothing but Discord copy wannabes. Which I won't lie, the inspiration is very much on its, right here on its cuff. They look very similar. No joke. But they make sense. Has Discord cornered the market on copywriting profile customization? No. In fact, I don't mind them going for their lunch like that. But I guess some people, it's so strange. They mentioned that it's hampering their creativity, you know, setting things back. I saw a comment that specifically was talking about the fact that they broke nameplates and got rid of the ones that we know and love to replace them with ones that look gross and then to sell us customization to look them good again or make them look good again. I talk the great today. And I would understand that if it weren't for the fact that there are literally 4 nameplates. I think it's 4 or 5 nameplates that are free and are element based and should sate almost anybody and don't require VRChat Plus to purchase because I don't have VRChat Plus. I grabbed them now. I picked them up because why not? I think they're all pretty neat. I'll never understand this game though. So many people, do they think VRChat Plus is enough? Do they think $10 a month from the maybe 200,000 people that play is enough? Maybe if all 200,000 people bought it, but they don't. I mean, there's a lot of power user stuff that's in there. The drone, camera paths, which I don't even have access to myself. Not icons anymore. Profile icons have been updated so that now even non-VRChat Plus members can use them, which I think is good. Some stuff rotating out of VRC Plus isn't a bad thing. It means that they're always adding new stuff. And there's some things that just make sense for everybody to have. And with this newfound focus on profile customization, how am I supposed to sell you on an icon customization if you don't have an icon? You've just got DRU, which is what mine would be. And a lot of people don't realize that the VRChat Plus is effectively the battle pass of the VRChat world. It is a handful of features that entice you to be here and kind of grab you and make you want to be here. Sure, it doesn't drive engagement quite as thoroughly as a battle pass would, because a battle pass requires active engagement with the game to unlock all the features it has. So it's free drops every month, exclusives that get added specifically for VRChat. VRChat Plus. And then on top of that, there is the occasional drop of VRC credits, the VRC coins, the VR bucks. They have given, I think, 2 packs away so far. One for 400, but then $3.99, and then a recent one for $4.50. But still, though, they give little snippets. But $10 a month isn't enough to keep this running. Operational costs alone are significantly higher than that on a per month-to-month basis. Especially considering how much like borderline infinite space we have for things like worlds and avatars. I think there is a technical limit to the amount of avatars you could upload, but it's so unrealistically high that probably only a handful of people have actually seen it. And with worlds, I mean, I don't know if anybody's seen that. Maybe if you spent some time uploading the same 5 reference cube worlds, just back to back to back to back to back, as fresh uploads every time. Maybe then you'd see the end of it. That would be logically, if you wanted to find yourself hampered in customization, logically that's where I would go. If I was VRChat and wanted to make a bunch of short-term money and also betray a bunch of my biggest, deepest fans that have been here since the beginning, including some of their own staff, the first thing I would do is touch that. New limits, upload limits, pay for all kinds of different things. Actually start enforcing the performance ranks. These are things that I would do to start really hampering down on your customization to make my store seem enticing. And you know what they haven't done? I say yet, because no company's perfect, and eventually you're brought to the doorstep of the worst decision you could ever make. And sometimes you make it. But As of yet, they have not. Avatars at the shop didn't replace anything. Props did technically replace something, but because they're still not UGC, like Lindy's not going anywhere. Lindy's assets are still insane, still wild, still incredibly high quality. The minute UGC opens, or the minute Lindy can get in and start making props themselves, that's going to be a VRC creator that kind of takes off on there. And the revenue split is how they'll get their money. So it's one of these bits where it's like, I've yet to see customization and creativity hampered in any substantial way. I could still upload any avatar I want with anything I want. I could still upload worlds like this, for example. This isn't mine, but you can upload a world like this or like any of the other ones that are out there. And there's next to no limits on that either. There's some technical limits, technical hurdles for both. But at the end of the day, if you want to put something that's a million triangles in here, I advise you don't. But you could. Creativity in this game is always going to be its backbone, truly and genuinely. And I think a bunch of silly avatars made by people like us anyway, by the way, I could become a creator and have an avatar on there. So it's still us making this stuff. Creativity's going nowhere. A handful of nameplates are not going to change that. Some silly avatars that you could buy from the store are not going to change that. You know, props. Still waiting to hear on UGC for that one because Udon props sounds amazing. And accessories. Accessories definitely fill a very specific niche of being able to be put on anything, basically. You don't have to worry about, you know, loading up your avatar to make the changes. And are still entirely optional. I mean, I have glasses on my head. I have the free glasses from the asset shop. I don't use them because I have this. I can just use this one. Creativity's going nowhere. VRChat is money hungry to a very acceptable extent. It's not to say that they aren't without their flaws. Like I said, the aforementioned FOMO of the store, I don't like it personally. I don't think a shop that has things rotate out and just simply never come back through again is the way to go. I don't like that. I don't like it in any shop. If they rotate out as the seasons go, or they make reappearances later, yeah, I'm grumpy, but they do appear again. It isn't a case of, ooh, you weren't there September of 2025, so you didn't get this thing. That's my bar. And when that happens, that's when I'm going to start having issues. And the minute they start touching the creativity of us users, the avatars we have, the worlds we can upload, that starts to become a problem. I think everybody needs to chill out. Let them do some stuff. Support them if you'd like. Don't if you won't. Make your own glasses. Put them on your avatars by hand. The SDK's right there. Unity's right there. You just got to open it up. At any rate. Oh, man. Let's say that this works and we keep doing this later. I'll probably bump into you again next week. I think anyway. Haven't decided. Fingers crossed on how interesting it could be. Who knows? If you're interested in this world, this is Nocturnal, uploaded by It Is Luna, good friend of mine. She had it commissioned. There's details on all of that fun stuff right there on the computer. So I'm not going to be the one to tell you. You're going to have to come and look for yourself. But I'll have it linked in relevant places and mentioned in relevant places so that you're able to come at your leisure. And if you're a big fan of the Midnight, you'll recognize it almost immediately, probably just based on the cursory glance you've gotten from me just being here. At any rate, this is DrunklockHolmes. I'm going to go. See you guys later. Got him. God, this feels so tacky.